brilliant one, giving up his rook for bishop because the other rook was threatened. But look at Magnus. I am stoked to see these two go at it because when they went head-to-head over the board in Toronto, as the first moves are underway, Denis Lazavik was a few careful moves away from making the draw in that first game, but ultimately it was Magnus who came out on top.
Magnus starts with the white pieces. Denis is so strong with white himself, so Magnus will see this as a chance to strike, and he starts with the English opening, but already a pause here. This is a bit of a surprising pause from Magnus. Surely he's going to bring out the other white knight, or he's going to push a pawn. He's had this position countless times before, but Denis is well prepared already. Magnus in the tank for 30 seconds. Tanya, the English opening, really part of Magnus's arsenal, but why is he thinking? What is he thinking about at this early stage?
I'm as surprised as you are, and while Magnus thinks, let's remind everyone the switch up. The loser's bracket is a best of 2, the winner's bracket is a best of 4. This is the first game. Magnus perhaps just trying to think about what kind of opening structure he wants. Now, to my knowledge, David, d3 is not the most topical move. Very often white goes knight f3, wants to strike in the center with d4. Magnus took his time. Is this what he calls the anti-young player chess?
I would say so. Just taking the opponent out of the book, giving them a lot of choice, giving them strategic questions. Like you say, it's not one of the main moves. Actually, I'm going to eat my words. This isn't the English opening. This is the Sicilian defense, just with colours reversed. And white has an extra tempo, having started the game first. So yeah, Magnus, he's hoping that Denis, who isn't a 1e4 player, who doesn't play Sicilians on the opposite side, he's hoping he's a bit uncomfortable. So black has gone for what we would call an open Sicilian here. It's just kind of trading off pawns in the centre. White's going for what we would call the Sicilian dragon setup with a beautiful bishop on g2. And the game will now proceed very, very quickly. Look at that bishop, a real sniper. Denis has reacted almost instantly since this small surprise. I've got to say, Robin, really impressive speed and confidence from the youngster.
Impressive from Denis, surprising from Magnus. I'm not sure what he's thinking about on each and every turn. This is a standard looking position, but from colors reversed. And I would imagine, and he finally does play knight to f3, that would be the most logical continuation. And to the left of our board, we see the win percentages in high-level games stemming from this opening. And white does have a slightly, but many of these games are drawn, and that's what Denis Lazavik is known for. It sounds weird to say, oh, that kid is known for drawing, but really, he just doesn't lose very often. It doesn't matter who he's facing, it doesn't matter what color he has, he rarely loses games of chess, and that includes over-the-board tournaments at the highest level. It includes the Champions Chess Tour, Title Tuesday. He is super solid, and this is anything but solid from Magnus. Knight to g5. I mean, he's playing some offbeat AG chess, and if I'm Denis, I think I just occupy the center. I think I might want to bring my knight up to d4. There are oftentimes tricks available if white isn't careful on his e2 square. So I think that Magnus, he's just trying to catch Denis off guard. But Tanya, this is still stable stuff from the 17-year-old.
And that's what he's known for, stable chess. He looks so incredibly confident. And now Denis has to hold this position with just 20 seconds on the clock.
Complete control from Magnus Carlsen. Every single little move, a pawn push to get off the diagonal. And by the way, Denis is getting really low on time, and that's when mistakes happen. Advantage growing, bishop e2, a correct response, keeping that king frozen, opening the C and B files. But where is the knockout? There must be something here, or at least in the near future, as Denis is under 10 seconds, David.
There we go. Magnus opens up a second front of attack. He's already probed away on Black's left flank. Now he's switching focus, hoping to overwhelm the Black army. And, wow, every move suddenly is kingside, then queenside, and queenside. And there we go. Rook c6. He's infiltrated enemy lines. He's into a sad right now. Denis's time situation is sad as well. 8 seconds left. It's on the brink of collapse, as you say, Robert. Still yet to kind of click that domino, flick it, and for everything to start toppling. But Magnus is looking for the breakthrough. And yeah, here there's so many tempting moves right now for White.
A lot of tempting moves, and it's also so instructive how Magnus kept improving his position, made these small moves, and only went for the g4 break when Denis was down to seconds, because it's such a difficult move to respond to, and he might give a check on c4 right now. I don't believe you can fall back with the bishop. I'm already looking at ideas like the d-pawn moving forward, and that would have been tactics that would have worked in Magnus's favor. It just looks like Black's pieces are losing harmony right now. The rook is active, the knight on c8. There has to be something really strong right now. Can White start thinking about advancing the d-pawn? Does he put pressure on the c8 knight? What's the move here?
Too many good options. I'm actually not sure, and nor is Magnus, and that's why he's doing the right thing. He's slowing down. He pushes his pawn to d5 and opens up a diagonal for the dark square bishop. But look at Denis. He is hanging in there. He may have 7 seconds left, but his last few moves have been solid. Magnus is like, how do I actually win this game? Because if Denis gets his knight out, watch out. Suddenly this becomes a bit messy, and White's king is feeling a little bit lonely. There could be checks against it and things of that nature.
Denis, he's so resourceful. Wow, Magnus sacrifices the exchange. I was about to say Denis nearly never loses because he defends better than most players in the world, and suddenly he's given up another pawn on the a5 square. Magnus's d-pawn looks huge. He played that last move with 3 seconds left, Denis. It might be the crunch of time trouble here. A pin. He needs to react. He defends his bishop. Magnus's bishops are going to become monsters. There we go. Another pawn drops. It's bishop and 2 pawns for the rook, and a check. Has Magnus seized it now? Denis shaking his head. Robert, he's on the brink.
Yes, a win for Magnus Carlsen, resignation, but it was time that did Denis Lazavik